Is the Boston real estate market about to boom or cool off? With prices holding strong, mortgage rates bouncing all around, and inventory playing hard to get, there's a lot of confusion out there right now. So today I'm cutting through the noise and giving you the real story on where things stand this spring and what it means if you're planning to buy, sell, or just sit tight. I'm Kimberly Meserve with the Street Property Team, and I've been in the Boston market for nearly a decade, and this is one of the most interesting and misunderstood markets that I've seen in years. We'll look at prices, inventory, buyer behavior, seller psychology, and what's likely to happen next. And more importantly, I'll break down what this actually means for you. Let's talk about what the numbers are telling us and what they're not. As of April 2025, the median sale price in Boston is up around 4.5% year over year, but that average hides a lot of nuance. In some neighborhoods like Jamaica Plain and South Boston, we're seeing price increases closer to 6 or 7% compared to last spring. In others like Downtown Crossing or parts of East Cambridge, prices have plateaued or even dipped slightly, mostly because of inventory buildup or competition from new construction. Condos under 900,000 are moving quickly, especially if they're turnkey and in walkable locations, but higher end properties, especially in the 1.5 million range and up, are sitting longer unless they're perfectly staged and priced right. And inventory, it's still tight. We've seen a small increase over last year, about 8 to 10% more listings on the market across Suffolk and Middlesex counties, but we're still well below pre-pandemic levels. That's keeping a lot of upward pressure on prices, even as rates are hovering in the high sixes. One important point is that buyer demand is still there, but it's more cautious. I describe this as a wait and see kind of market with bursts of aggression when the right home pops up. Thinking about relocating to Boston? Well, I've got just the thing for you. My team and I have actually taken the time to create the ultimate relocation guide, which is meant to save you hours of research. And I've linked it down below. From top employers to best hospitals and a boatload of other things that you need to know before making the move. The best part is that it's 100% free. That's right, you heard me, 100% free. Just click the link in the description or the top pinned comment. Hope that helps. So if you're a buyer in today's market, there are 3 key things that you need: patience, preparation, and perspective. Let's start with patience. The perfect home might take time to find. You might write multiple offers, you might need to see listings the moment they hit the market, or get creative with off-market opportunities. That's just the reality right now, especially if you're looking in high-demand areas like Arlington, Brookline, or the North End. Preparation means knowing your numbers before you fall in love with a property. With rates where they are, small differences in price and terms can make a big impact on your monthly payment. I always recommend buyers work backwards from what they're comfortable spending each month, not just what the lender will approve them for. And then there's perspective. I just helped a couple close on a 2-bedroom in Somerville. It wasn't their dream home, but it checked 90% of the boxes, and they got it for a little bit of a deal under asking because it had been sitting on the market for a few weeks with no offers. In 2021, that wouldn't have happened. The opportunity now is in finding the quiet listings, not just chasing the shiny ones. Also, some of the best deals are happening in buildings that have sat due to buyer fatigue. If you're open to condos, this could be the season to get in without the frenzy. If you're stuck deciding between whether now is the right time to buy, let's talk. We can look at your timeline, budget, and the specific areas that you're considering to figure out what makes the most sense. Sellers, this part is for you. Yes, you still have the advantage, but this is no longer a market where you can throw up a listing with iPhone photos, skip staging, and expect a bidding war. Today's buyers are cautious, calculated, and expecting move-in ready. If your home isn't positioned well, buyers will skip it and wait for the next one. Here's a real-world example. We took a single-family listing last month. The seller took our advice. They painted, staged, did minor landscaping, and priced it just below the nearest comp. And we had almost 100 people through the first weekend and received multiple offers, all of those above asking. Same week, we've seen other homes in the same neighborhood sit on the market because they were priced too high. That's the difference in this market. The margin for error is super small, but if you nail the prep and strategy, you can absolutely get a great result. Here are 3 things sellers should consider right now. Timing is everything. Spring is historically the hottest season. If you're even thinking about selling in the next 6 months, this is the window. Presentation matters. Homes that are clean, decluttered, and staged are commanding higher prices. And strategy matters more than ever. From pricing to offer deadlines to negotiating rent backs, every move should be intentional. If you're also buying, we need to talk early. Coordinating both sides of the transaction is one of the most stressful parts of real estate, but it doesn't have to be. We have proven strategies and resources to line things up smoothly and reduce your risk. So what's next? I expect to see more listings come online in May and June as school lets out and sellers feel more confident. But unless something dramatic changes with interest rates, it's still going to be a seller's market. Speaking of rates, if they drop below 6.5%, we're likely going to see a renewed buyer surge. That means more competition and potentially more price jumps. If you're a buyer, that's something to factor in because waiting might cost you more, not less. And if you're a seller thinking about moving up, there could be a sweet spot between now and late summer where rates are still relatively high, but competition from other sellers is lower. Bottom line, this is not a wait and see market, it's a plan and act market. The buyers and sellers who get the best outcomes are the ones who have a strategy in place and move intentionally when opportunity shows up. So if you're thinking about buying or selling this year and you want to feel clear, confident, and in control of your next move, let's chat. We offer free strategy sessions where we'll walk through your goals, timeline, financial comfort zone, and the market realities in your specific area. No pressure, no sales pitch, just clarity and smart planning. You can reach out to me with my contact information below. And if you're not quite ready yet but want to stay informed, make sure to hit the subscribe button. I break down the market, explore different Boston neighborhoods, and give you actionable real estate insight every week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.